Hey, it's Finicomit. I'm back for another Palia tour. I have Keltzern Loros here. Did I say that correctly? I always butcher these.
You did. No, you got it.
Ah, sweet. So if you might have remembered, we toured him on a live stream. It was probably one of the first live streams that I had, coming back to Twitch, but I'm just right now taking it all in. And one of my favorite things to do when we do live tours is to come and visit and get you all on voice, because one of the things that is awesome is just hearing your side of it. I mean, just, so how the heck are you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy holidays.
Yeah, right? I know, we're just wrapped up holidays, and it's a big shift here in Palia as well. But, yep. in true commit fashion, you're my tour guide. Where are we going?
All right. So I think we'll actually probably start with the house, which is kind of reversed. A lot of people leave the house for the end, right? From what I've seen. But,
yeah.
I like the outside. That's where I spent most of my time. It's just kind of, I like to call it like an elegant forest, so to speak, is the way I tried to drive this as like fine and high end as I possibly could. So
let's get right into it then. Front. Yeah, sweet.
So I have a couple seating areas. I'm a big fan of like mirrored decoration. So on both sides, you'll see like a lot of the same types of things just mirroring each other. So I try to keep
symmetry, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's easy to decorate, right? I am a little lazy when it comes to like, what's the next corner to do?
Is it laziness or is it just efficiency? Because to me, I look at it like, it's efficient.
It is. And it's just a different style. I help my brain think. I compartmentalize the rooms, right? It's like I start a room and I have to finish one. So,
yeah, I dig it. I already love how people incorporate like the colored wallpapers and stuff like that. And
oh, yeah. Here's the grand entrance, so to speak. I wanted it to be something you walk into. I'm not a big clutter person, so you'll probably notice as you walk through, I fill the spots, but I try not to over-clutter too much as we walk through.
And that's, I love this fountain placement here. I mean, that's a really nice touch. And we found, through science and all the tours and stuff that I've done, there is a spectrum of design, and it it has its place. Like you said, obviously more kind of lean more towards like the cleaner side of things, and that's cool. I
have this weird OCD that like it has to look like it's something I could use or live in real life. Like I have a real hard time if I can't fit my character through furniture. It's like a weird thing. Like I couldn't sit there in real life, so why would I ever put furniture so close to tables?
Yeah.
This
totally
is like a small trophy room. I call it the red room. I love the colors. It's just the red they have for the classic is just one of my favorites. So it is.
It feels very regal, doesn't it?
It does.
I like this. I like your use of the rug placement, the chair angles, the fireplace. Like you said, it does feel very, very, very elegant. And this over here looks like it's an heirloom,
It does, yeah. I tried to take all the villager gifts. At the beginning, the first idea was to stack them all in one singular room. That eventually faded as I found other places to put the items, but that was the original push for this, is I'm going to just bury every villager gift into this one single room. But,
sweet, yeah.
This curtain I actually got from one of your tours as well. I loved one of the players that did it, just put this setup like this, and I thought it was so nice looking.
It is, yeah. It's always a treat for me too, just to see how people incorporate and take notes. And there's still things that are out there that are completely novel, even if you are just starting out. You can come up with something that's completely unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll head back here to my take on the aquarium / terrarium or insect terrarium area. I love the way this looked just from the doorway to the right here, kind of looking in.
I like the sight lines for sure.
Thanks. You'll notice the fruit baskets littered throughout every room because it's my favorite item in the game pretty much at this point.
Sweet.
So you'll see that, but
I love how I know it just kind of sounds like a really weird thing to point out, but I like the way that you use your rugs and your lighting and little things like where you put the couch and this table with the little lamp on it. This is a very well decorated room. And I like how you have these fish on this table. Nice. This is it's not a an overpowered space. Like you have, there's balance. You have good choices for wallpaper colors. I'm gonna run out of words real quick, but no, it's
the whole mirrored again, right? Like I try to do a little bit of the opposite, but well, I have the fish tank, I have the bug on the other side, but they tend to be almost like mirror decoration, so to speak.
Yeah, that is a really good point. I mean, you think when you're thinking mirrored, you're thinking like, you know, draw a line down an axis of this, but in your case, right, you have it diagonal, so that even though you say it's mirrored, it's balanced in that way. Like it's not obvious. Oh,
this is the dining area and kitchen. Right here.
No kidding. This is awesome. I love this little egg flex people have been putting out.
I know, right?
You're like, look, I beat the bugs.
Yes. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a well-designed kitchen? This is so nice.
I kept it simple. I don't do cake parties, but it does everything I need it to do. So.
Yep. I mean, that's a true kitchen. Does everything you need it to. I like how people have incorporated tables in their kitchen space. It seems like it's a very nice thing. Like it's what adds to a cozy aspect, right? Because you're cooking and you don't want to have to go all the way into the dining area unless it's something that's a little bit more formal. This is definitely a formal dining area, but when you're just making yourself like a grilled chop of cheese, you just you know, sit at the table, eat your meal, and be on your merry way.
Absolutely.
But the blues, and the browns, it's really nice.
Thanks. This is the investigator room, and the spot I found matched all of the new Twitch drop items really well.
Heck overall. Yeah.
I wanted to have so there's this lore apparently where spoilers to some degree. I guess if you romance Kenyatta, she has like a murder mystery that she's going into.
Yeah.
And it's like the Bahari butcher or something. So this is my room to quote unquote investigate that butcher. Look at the map up here of Bahari and what it's looking like. And just the lore behind this room ultimately this is where you come to do all of your detective work.
Yeah. Again, hands down for your choice of wallpaper colors. You know, I know this is one of those things that my wife will really enjoy, just because she's big on colors. But the bold colors, how you have everything that's well lit, and it just this is really, you nailed this, man. You really did.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Come over here to the alchemy room. This is actually the first room I designed in the house. Back when I first made it, it was like a one-room house, and then I just kind of moved this room around as I grew it. So this was one of my favorite spots to build out. I love the moonstruck furniture, so being able to play with it a bit.
Yeah, I like how people have been, you know, incorporating this book for study purposes, and you have these very arcane fish, you know, for studying and. Yeah.
I love the Beauty and the Beast is like my wife's favorite movie, so I tried to do a little
I love it.
To that ultimately. Put it in the corner as it gets the rose with all the things falling off.
Yes. I also love that one too. One of my favorites.
This is the den or library, whatever you want to call it at this point.
What do you call it? That's the important question here.
I call it the den.
All right, then it's the den, right? Nobody needs to argue with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the new Ember pieces as well, so I was building a whole bunch of these. Spent a whole bunch of time on the fence and fenced my whole yard, and took like 1 million flow trees to build that fence.
I can only imagine.
One of my friends who plays, she helped with a lot of the gathering of flow. Things, so.
That is cool. I totally, you know, with the Twitch drops and stuff like that, you are totally rocking those purple shades. That's
right?
That's wicked. You got a good outfit going.
Thanks. And here's the formal bathroom.
Yeah, I love this. It was said in one of my other tours. I really hope that we get more. We have witchy vibes covered. I think we have witchy vibes covered, you know, dark furniture and stuff, but I'd love to see more furniture that is more in this kind of color scheme with marble and gold accents, stuff that, you know, would make it feel kind of more high fantasy, if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And of course, you know, love how you tie in everything with the green.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then we jump to the master bedroom here. Lots of blues.
We love the blues. We love the blues. And I remember just on stream talking about the duality of these two romances here, the opposite ends of the spectrum, you know?
Yeah. I found them to be pretty interesting characters. Tish was the first person I ran into in town, and first person I friended all the way, so I kind of stuck with her. And then Tamala was just an interesting character, and totally different than the rest. So
yeah, absolutely. She definitely, we understand why she's away from all of the other NPCs.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
We definitely do. I love how much you don't really see this much in other games, the animation that goes into the NPCs, and when we see like the emotions on their faces and stuff, that's just so well detailed. It's one of the highlights, I think, of Palia.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to learn the story from the characters and then get some items that relate to who they are as they progress through the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes it more interesting. So that's the house. Come back out the front.
Now it's one heck of a house. I want to know what y'all think right now. Just this is your cue. Just go ahead and type it out. Get it out of your brain and let's go check out the outside.
All right, so we will go this way first. So you'll notice I tried to just line it again with just fountains to make it as regal of a pathway as you possibly could. So a lot of the same over and over to try to blow that out.
And it's fun to see those metal spheres kind of bouncing somewhat in unison.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the times I booked weren't night. Maybe by the time we wrap it up, you'll see it at night. But I always find that this plot looks really good overnight. Everything kind of lights up as time goes.
Totally.
So,
yeah. We should have that timing down.
Yeah. To the left here, we have what I call the fancier VIP restaurant, so to speak.
Yes.
Try to keep it so it's...
So is this going to be your menu, or is this going to be your reservation? Because I like how you displayed this here. This looks like the guest book. Oh, it's a menu? Nice.
Yeah, I put it as a menu, but when I talk about this being more like VIP, I'd argue it could be the reservation list too.
Yeah, so the way these chairs are seated, you know, I could almost imagine, and you know, don't take this as feedback or anything like that. This is just my brain working the way that it does. Like, you can almost imagine the stage here, because the way that they're seated is just like you're having dinner, but you are forward facing, so you can kind of see something that's going on here. Maybe this guy puts on a show, does some stand-up comedy.
Absolutely. This is the Red and Blue Tavern. I have the duality here between the red flags and the blue flags and the red and blue fountains. Ooh. We got our bouncer up front here, and then you can kind of walk in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we love a good bar, don't we?
Yeah. So the left is more the bar, food area. Nothing crazy here.
No. I won't allow it. I will not allow it.
Try to use the plushies as like real life people, as if, hey, this guy's bartending, the guy outside's the bouncer, so to speak.
Yeah, he'll kick you out, you know.
This is the game area. My friend who
this.
plays as well, she's the one that came up with having some like a pong table, some dart boards.
Yeah, you got your snacks over here while you're playing games, and this is really cool. Yeah,
I see the arcade game and the trophy for winning. You know, if you win the high score, you get the trophy. So
yes. That is really cool. You know, words are hard, but it's so much fun when people create games within a game. You know, just it feels so warm, lived in. It feels realistic. It's nice.
We come back out the front, actually, over here. Yep. I can take you around to the blue side first. This is the blue entryway, so everything out here is themed blue.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at this as I was walking past just to see how people decorate their porches. Again, the way that you use this rug, that's nice. That's really nice.
We have our porta potties in the back, obviously, for hanging out in the tavern. You're going to need to have some porta potties, so we have them lined throughout the back of the whole tavern itself with some flowers around to keep it smelling friendly.
Yep. Got it. Yep.
And then we'll come back over here to the little chef's area.
Let me know in the comments, are you Team Red or Team Blue?
So this is where the orders happen, right? So when you order something from the restaurant or the tavern, this is where all the food's getting made by our friend over here. You can pick out your crab of choice if you'd like. Try to make it a little bit more restaurant-y. Here's where they're serving tables from, so on and so on.
Love it. Yeah, I feel like the chef here, he would just whip something together and it would be amazing. But he doesn't talk much, you know?
Yeah, he stays quiet.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. I haven't seen anyone do this, but it's my favorite section. I made a bowling alley over here.
Oh, actually. Yeah. I dig it. Love the use of this here. You have to have the purple
balls. Our ball return. I thought this was a fun, shoot the balls back out ultimately.
Yeah.
For you to take it.
This is legit, man.
Yeah.
This is really clean. And you got, scorekeeper.
Yep, he does the score. He sets the pins, right? Because we're in a little bit of a medieval times here, or whatever you want to call it. So, but I really like the way this came out. It was
I agree. Yeah, this is really clean. I like that a lot.
And here's the red entrance, the counter to the blue. Should be the same furniture ultimately for the most part. Try to mirror it again, right? But just with the red theme.
Slightly different. Nice.
Yep. Over here we have a little reading nook. Wasn't sure what to do. I needed to fill some spots, so it never hurts to put another spot, a little nook for reading or sitting.
Yeah, totally. If you're never sure what to do with the little gaps and stuff, especially with the way that if you're decorating an area, just throw some seats in there.
Yeah,
seats, rugs, flowers. You're good.
So I built out this to try to be as foresty as possible, right? Try to keep it so if you look down, you just see the lanterns and you see the trees, nothing really crazy, just kind of hidden but mystical. And then you have your little romantic, if you have your significant other, you want to come in and have a spot to just hang out at night. This is the romance area.
Honeymoon suite.
Yep.
After you've newly pinned one of your NPCs.
Yes, exactly. I got so many of these beds, and it's not even a flex. It's just buy these Zeki balls, and it's like a joke between my friends. All I get are these beds, like all the time. I have so many. I want
just a handful of months ago. I mean, they were as popular as Beanie Babies. So
yes. Yeah. So over here to the left is where I hope to put the Silverwing nests when it actually works, because I completed the temple but didn't get the reward. So this is where I'm hoping to plop that.
Yeah, a lot of people they're waiting on that, and I think we'll be getting lots of bug fixes come first quarter.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So this will be where that goes, and then we jump over here to where the Kitsu temple is. I tried to make another sitting area, relaxing area around a place where you can just
where it's sacred, and I like how people have been incorporating these. Again, really good use of lighting and colors.
Thanks.
I like how people have been incorporating these piles of leaves too. It's just like, I cleaned up before you came over.
Yeah, exactly. This is our tree tunnel. Again, a little bit better as the night goes on. The dropped leaves were some of my favorite items because I thought these trees would be losing leaves pretty often. So
of course, yeah.
See that as we walk through here into the next section.
I do like that it's a really nice path for sure.
This is the resting area for the farmer, so to speak. If you're out there working hard, you can have a seat, have a drink, some fruit, maybe take a picnic with a loved one, whatever it may be. This is where you relax.
I love that.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's nice. He's got his brew and some shade.
Yeah,
been working all
absolutely.
day, sun up and sun down.
This is the money maker over here. All we
Yeah.
do is a whole bunch of pickling. Try to keep it as efficient as possible.
Don't slow up production.
Then we have the garden. Nothing crazy, just a standard garden. Tomatoes and wheat tend to be what I work on for the most part, outside of making an apple tree or blueberries for the cakes occasionally.
Right.
I got that fun glitch where you were randomly getting recipes for free, so I was able to make a lot of these little
Oh,
planters.
sweet.
So I made as many of those as I could because I thought they're just one of my favorite items as well. That's a little character thing.
So it's a good, it's a good point for those of you who might be new at Palia that farming can be, and it was for me, intimidating at first, but just kind of the combination of what you have here, it's pretty low maintenance,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you make really good cash for little stuff. Once you have enough picklers, you can make, per harvest or so or day, I can make around 20 to 40,000 gold just for watering in and out throughout the day. So it's easy gold.
Laundry section.
Laundry section. You can wash either here or you can wash in this little sink over here, wherever you'd prefer.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet. Alien
have
fresh.
Makeshift section over here. For the most part, that was the intent. It evolved to have more than that, but this is another woodsy sitting area.
I like how makeshift stuff has just taken over Palia, and people love it so much that they have entire sections just dedicated for it. Sometimes even an entire town dedicated to makeshift stuff.
Exactly. I didn't like it in the beginning because I think I got some terrible pieces, but then as I fished it up, I was like, wow, that's actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of unique items in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, the culture in Palia is just like, if you see a piece that you haven't never seen before, you're just like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a little bit bath area. If you want to have a nice outside bath, you can do so over here. Spots to clean yourself and your feet, jump in the bath, change your clothes, whatever you'd like to do.
That's sweet.
Or you can hit the jacuzzi up and warm up over here on a nice cool winter night if you'd like.
I do like how people have created decks for their jacuzzis, and there have been so many different applications for it. The kind of furniture pieces that people have used, whether tables or, chests of drawers, as an example. It's really cool to see how people have incorporated that.
Small filler section here. Wasn't sure what to do, but I had a gap, so I made a little mirror and chair area for people to go in there, take a look at how you're looking after you get out of the tub or whatever you want. Get ready.
Nice. Changing area.
Absolutely. And then we have our shed.
Denoted by the mechanical choppas.
Yes. Yep. So this is where all the hard work goes in.
I always appreciate people who, it's like these items, they are meant for one purpose and one purpose only. But the fact that people give them a dedicated, beautiful space to kind of keep them isolated, it's always a nice touch.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to put, so I kind of kept it loose on the walls. Didn't feel too much. Thought it was just a place to work, really, more than anything else.
Yeah, keep it clean.
We have our wall of chests. Wasn't sure what to do with all the treasure chests. I know it's a topic most of the time we chat about. Like, what are you going to do with your chests? And this was what I came up with for now. Put them on shelves, build a stairwell up to the gazebo top.
I mean, what else can you do with them? Just have a nice little bird's eye view and.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's too soon for us to view the gazebo top. We can go top to bottom or bottom to top. What's up?
We can start at the top, not a problem.
Cool. I like how people have just kind of taken advantage of the little top areas here.
Yeah. It was when I saw some other random video where someone put like one item up here, and I just went with it at that point. But another sitting area.
Very nice. Whee!
Down here's the observatory. So I tried to make it as flowery as you can, but then more blue themed. But I thought let's make a place where I can sit, observe the stars, take my notes over here on the left, brew some potions, look at some rocks from the stars, right? Different things like that.
Because certain potions only brew under certain celestial conditions.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, I like how people have taken astronomy and made it a part of Palia. Just because I'm very fascinated with space and stars in general, and they haven't really mentioned too much of the celestial makeup. I mean, we know that we have two suns. Mm-hmm. We're in a binary system, so there's not a lot of history as far as like, yes, the humans have come back after 10,000 years or so.
Yeah.
But how did we get here in the first place? Right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So those are the things that keep my brain cooking.
We have another reading nook over here with the trees dividing it from the rest. So you can sneak in here and get your own personal library with a spot to sit, have some tea.
That's nice. Especially, just kind of the taking in different angles and everything, how you incorporate that.
Absolutely. And then this wall was pretty open, so I made it almost like a photo op place. You could have a seat. I dressed it up a bit, all
That's
blue.
a really good idea. We need to have more seats, of course, on the couches.
I know,
I'm sure
right?
they'll have that, but other than that, you can just have just the one person sitting on the couch like a weirdo, with my hands on my knees, just very proper.
Absolutely.
But that's a really nice space, though. Really nice space.
I'm pretty sure that is every area we have in the house.
So where would be the coziest place?
I don't know. I know when we did the live, we mentioned perhaps doing Q&A up in the gazebo top. We can go up there if we wanted to. That's not a bad spot.
So we're gonna mix things up a little bit with this Q&A, right?
Yep.
One of the things that really impressed me about people who play Palia is, I'm walking around and I'm seeing very unique names, right? Keltzern Loros. Can you tell me a little bit about your character's history?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's actually the character was based off. I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons growing up.
Nice.
And the last name for my character was always Loros. So most characters I make end with that last name. From a first name perspective, I have a couple I usually go with just in all the video games I've ever played. And I try to make names that people don't normally pick. Griever tends to be my name. I got that from Final Fantasy VIII, actually, one of my favorite games. But I like the letter K in general. My real name starts with that. And then I've always liked Celtic things. So I was like, what sounds cool?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it came from. So
letter K, Celtic, Keltzern.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's the history of that and where I got it.
It's nice that you point out typography. There are just letters that just look nice. They're complicated, K's, W's. Yeah, totally.
Z's.
Z's, of course, right? It's got to have serifs, though.
Yes.
More serifs, the better. Not too many, though. Yeah, that is really awesome. So, how does your character fit into the lore of Palia? Because it seems like, given your history with role playing, right? Have you kind of like weaved your character's story into the lore of Palia?
I mean, yeah, I think I really like the alchemy route of things. I resonate with characters like Tamala. I've really enjoyed her and then the witchcraft side of things. Which is where I had the alchemy room. I'm wearing the alchemist robes at this point. I thought they were really cool, making potions, doing those things. So I think I'd fit more into that side of gathering the herbs, making the potions, playing with the flow a bit.
Right.
those are the things that I view my character as doing a bit more on the dangerous side of things than he probably should be.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, if you're not pushing the limits of Palian alchemy, I mean, what are you even, right?
What are you doing, right?
Yeah, what are you doing? So, kind of leaning into that a little bit more, given that we have cooking in Palia, right? It is probably one of the best implementations of cooking that I've ever seen in games, especially with the coordination if you are doing this with multiple people. I am curious if you would have an idea of what kind of a potion we would create if we were to have a group alchemy session.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would assume you could create potions to do similar things like buff your focus, but maybe give you a boost in like the number of minerals you collect, or things you collect you get 2 instead of 1 from items, right? Double up the resource gain.
Right.
Those kind of things would be really cool. Just specific buffs for your character. Maybe you can run faster.
Yeah.
Or fly around the map or anything crazy like that, right? The sky's the limit for what you could do, but I'd expect it to be some form of a nice benefit for a time period, right? 2 minutes of XYZ power.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I mean that would be a really good application. Just kind of give your character just a temporary blessing for the RNG.
Yeah, even like a fishing one, like every fish you catch is a starred fish for 2 minutes or something, and you make it a really expensive potion to craft. That would be fun.
Yeah, expensive in terms of resources, but I also think that like I personally would like to see things take up maybe a little bit more time. Especially something like a potion, for example. It might need to like simmer for, like a Palian day or something like that.
Yeah,
come back and check on it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That would be cool. So, kind of leading into some of the Palian lore, we'll keep this one interesting because I enjoy meeting lots of interesting people, especially when they include roleplay within their Palian lives. What is something? Is one of the things that people have requested is books. They want books for display, but they also want books to read, right? What is something about Palian lore that you would like to know more about?
That's a good question. There's so much mystery right now. I don't really know the right answer to it outside of. I really want to know more about what we were chatting about, like discovering more about where humans came from, why all of a sudden we're coming back. And I think they're trying to get to that to some degree in the temples and what they're coming out with and different things you get. But I'd really like to know that, and I'd love to know what humans did with the flow that caused this huge extinction, right? Of all of humans. So
I agree. One of the best jokes that I like to make is, you want to know what happened to the fall of humans? Just look at the past couple of months in Palia. Humans came back, and there's all kind of bugs everywhere.
That's a good one. Exactly. Right?
It's like, you want to know what happened when humans, were around. You're looking at it right now.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
There's investigations. All the NPCs are giving us weird looks, and
yeah.
No, it's been an honor. I really appreciate you inviting me back over, because I think it's really important to kind of get your side of it, and it's been so much fun for me to get to meet all of you and learn more about your process, right? I think a lot of other people agree as well. They like, I wasn't really sure about how Q&A sessions would work out, but they've had a very positive, reception, right? Yeah.
I mean, one thing that always worked for me that I learned, if anyone's ever looking to build anything, was one room at a time. It's easy to just focus on one thing at a time. When you get too scattered, you lose that vision. That always helps me get back into it, because I can squirrel all over the place and never really get anything done. So that helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Just try your best to kind of focus on one room at a time. Make sure you feel comfortable with it. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, it is okay to go and do some grinding and stuff and come back and look at it, and, the next day get some sleep, because that's always a good way, to iterate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Everyone's process is different. That was just one that I found to not overwhelm myself with too much at once. Let me focus on this bug room, right? Or this alchemy room, or whatever it is right now. So
sweet. Well, again, thank you so much. If you're still hanging out, don't forget to give this video a like, comment, let me know what you're running home right now and incorporating. And also, I will see you for the next Palia tour. Until next time, bye-bye.